Hi, Michaela. So round two, let's see what we have going on. So I've pulled out the Zodiac Moon deck, I pulled out the Soul's Journey, and I pulled out both of the Shadow Work decks that I have. So one is Tarot, it's 2 decks of Tarot, and the other one is called Conversations with Your Inner Self. So that one is like journal prompts or questions that we would ask ourselves to kind of work through some issues that maybe we're still struggling with. And I love those cards. Those are probably my favorite deck right now. So we're going to get started. We're going to see what we need to know from like the celestial stuff. That's like the planets and the alignments, astrology, things like that. Like what kind of messages are coming through in that aspect. These have beautiful messages. Depending on what I pick up, I may give you like the full book meaning for these. I'm going to pull like 3 of these cards, maybe 4. So let's see what we have. There's 1, 2, 3. Let's see if anything else jumps out. 4. Yep. All right. So let's see what we've got going on for these ones. Interesting. All right, so your first card is talking about adventure. So let's see, hopefully this will show up. So Sun and Sagittarius, adventure. Stride out into new territory. Some sort of adventure awaits you. So this is a really interesting card. It's talking about that you're going to try new things. It's talking about that you're going to have to be brave, all of these things. So let's see what we have. An adventure is on the cards. Long distance travel, a spiritual, educational, or legal matter will capture your attention. You cannot make this shit up, I swear to God. I don't know if this is going to show up on camera clear enough you can see that, but ding, 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 we have a winner. Okay, so let's see. Broaden your mind with research and a more detailed understanding of the people that you love. Be proactive and outgoing. Your generosity of spirit and your broad-mindedness are a credit to you, and your joviality will attract similarly minded and upbeat people. That's what we were talking about earlier, that you just need to kind of expand things. If you're in need of legal help, an optimistic approach to seeking expert advice will help you research options and delve into the true nature of your circumstances. Try a new approach if current matters are stuck in a legal quagmire. Likewise with a relationship, the time is ripe for a fresh approach. Your life will follow where you place your attention, so ensure that you remain positive. A relationship may be exhilarating and upbeat to begin with, but ensure that your enthusiasm doesn't override the reality of your circumstances. If distance or other roadblocks threaten a prospective partnership, find new ways to put the relationship on a more viable footing, or accept that this may not be the most suitable match, in which case it's important to stride out into new territory to meet someone new. I swear to God, you can't make this shit up. All right. The card can represent a new relationship that will teach you deeper truths about your life. It can also represent a project or a particular learning curve in life that will broaden your horizons. Above all, this is a proactive and optimistic card that suggests that you set goals, study, broaden your worldviews, and deepen spiritual understanding, and are generally more outgoing. It can also be associated with sports, especially equestrianism, or if you asked a yes or no question, the answer is yes. Interesting. All right, your next one is Sun in Scorpio. So this one says a passionate, intense, or mysterious phase, Sun in Scorpio 8, passion. So this is about following your passions. It's also about passion in like a love situation. It says this is the card of deep passions, intense emotions, chaotic people, secrecy, manipulation, and at its worst, aggression and conflict. A passionate chapter is present or about to begin. This may be related to a phase in your life that is transformational. As you progress from one circumstance to another, a completely new approach to life due to profound developments will unfold. Rest assured that you can rise like a phoenix from the ashes of dramatic circumstances. An all-consuming relationship and a charming or attractive person may be at the center of great change in your life. Maintain a level-headed approach to people or your passions, emotions, and overindulgence in food, wine, alcohol, or drugs may become all-consuming. So don't get sucked into like drinking too much, overindulging in anything right now. Maintain a clear mind and avoid obsessive or destructive thoughts and actions. Make efforts to be centered and seek to be calm. Channel energy into constructive pursuits and work off excess energy at the gym or the beach. You will feel passionate about an interest or venture. Aim to see the big picture and be ready to attain a deeper understanding of the mysteries of life and the subtle and powerful energy that propels your self-development. This is also the card of karmic connections, and I swear we talked about that in your earlier reading. A karmic relationship is best navigated carefully, as there is a soul connection that will last throughout eternity. This is your husband. I swear this is like he's in your life to teach you hard lessons about yourself, and that there is some sort of soul lesson that he is in your life for you to actually learn. All right, and I feel like the biggest thing is that you're strong and that you can do things on your own. The relationship may well be wonderful and fulfilling, but if it is destructive or coercive, the choice must be taken to end the karmic cycle in a pleasant, matter-of-fact way. That's what we were talking about, neutrality. Avoid creating negative karma by focusing on the good in both yourself and those that you interact with. Whew, I tell you, the cards surprise me sometimes because, like, I don't have this whole book memorized. I go with what I feel when I read tarot typically. But I feel like we need to get to, like, the center of the matter of what's going on, right? Like, that's what you're trying to find out. So the book is correlating with everything that I've already told you today, and I feel like this is just confirming, like, what you need to actually work on. All right, Eclipse in Scorpio is your next card. If I could find it. There we go. Moon. Oh, fingers. Come on. Scorpio. Okay. All right. So Eclipse in Scorpio. Stand firm in the eye of the storm. 32 regeneration. So this card says, a passionate or very emotional matter comes full circle. A turning point that can alter the course of your life is in the wings. Let your head do the talking and ensure decisions are guided by your intuition, not your emotions. Avoid hasty and extreme emotional responses. Avoid intrigue, gossip, and drama, or chaos could result. An entirely fresh understanding of life, birth, death, and the transformation inherent in the human journey will become apparent, and you will understand on an instinctive level what must be done. Again, we were talking about trusting your intuition, not feeling like you know which way to go, what decision to make. Again, it is reiterating what I told you, that your intuition is meant to guide you and you've got to start trusting it. All right, so it says, allow yourself to grieve a passing circumstance, breathe, and let go of matters that no longer serve your higher purpose. You are a spiritual being experiencing the material world. You will learn how to adapt to prevailing circumstances. It is your destiny to do so. When you have learned this skill, the necessity for the regeneration will become apparent. Believe that you can ride out any storm that blows your way. Your resilience and ability to be practical in the eye of the storm will enable you to prevail against the odds, especially if you avoid deceit, destructive behavior, and negative or explosive emotions. This card can indicate someone who is ultra charismatic, be this yourself or someone that you know, and this person is involved in creating long-term change in your circumstances. This change presents as particularly intense, magnetic, chaotic, dramatic, or disruptive. The dumpster fire, right? Stand up to disruptions without contributing to drama. If a relationship is challenging, try to be compassionate. Maintain a calm approach to other people's dilemmas and work methodically to bring a new circumstance into being. Slowly the storm will pass and a new beginning will be evident. Avoid being cowed by change. This card can also predict an inheritance. Shut up, you can't make this up. Okay, your last card for this is Moon in Taurus. That's not it. It's this one. There we go. All right, so Moon in Taurus, 14, self-esteem, personal growth. This card, it's got like little pearls in the oyster, right? So some pearls of wisdom are coming to you. You'll feel emotionally drawn to indulge in life's delights. A sensual phase and a strong sense of belonging are present right now. A deeply intense tie to a person, an idea, or a project could reach a new level. Sensuality, a sense of stability and security are qualities that you will look for both in yourself and others. They are within reach. A strong pull to music, the arts, beauty, and love is present in your life. You will enjoy reveling in the sensuality of life, and your emotions may take the lead. A love affair or a relationship can bloom, but if a sense of belonging is absent, this can lead to feelings of insecurity. As it is time to establish a sense of security, it would also be good to boost self-esteem and self-worth. These qualities form the bedrock of your sense of stability. Organize your finances so that they provide you with the stability that you're looking for. In these ways, you can attain a sense of security. If single, look for new ways to meet prospective partners as the time is ripe to enjoy more sensuality in your life and to form partnerships. Ventures and projects that you have worked on for some time are coming to fruition. You can see how your hard work is being rewarded with the fruits of your labor. As you are in a gathering phase that attracts abundance, this card can suggest that financially you will profit and a business venture will succeed. A financial or business venture can lead to more opportunities. This is for a fertile phase for you, so ensure that you maintain your upward trajectory by tending to your finances and business opportunities proactively and methodically. It is also a period of personal growth in which your goals will become more attainable as you develop your self-esteem. So again, focusing on you, practical matters, and the things that are super important right now is where I feel like you need to put your energy. Not worrying about all the little incidental things that can wait, you know? That's what I was saying. Pick your battles. Decide which one you want to tackle which day, you know, and just go from there. All right, so this one is Soul's Journey. So let's see what we need to know for this. Whoop, there's a couple right there. 1, 2, 3. Let's get one more. Oh, 2 more. Okay. Half of these are upside down. Okay, so humor. I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. So when things get really heavy, we need to actually take a break once in a while and do something that's enjoyable or to really have a good laugh. I personally like to watch stupid videos that I find on the internet, comedy shows, things like that. Something that will engage me where I cannot resist if I'm like super pissed off, having a really rough day. Do something that makes you laugh. Maybe it's your kids. Maybe you do something silly with the family that engages you to find your sense of humor. But remember what the saying is that laughter is the best medicine. So really that kind of helps to shift the energy. And it's a proven fact that you cannot frown while laughing. If you try it, you will laugh. I promise. You'll be like, you can't. It's impossible. So try it. All right. So worry. I am learning that worry doesn't change the outcome, and it won't. It's wasted energy. So if it's something that you're worrying about that you can actually change, that's one thing. If it's something that you're worrying about and you have zero power to change it, stop wasting the energy and refocus and go towards something you have power to change. There's a lot of doubt. I release the need to know all of the answers. Sometimes we doubt our intuition. We doubt our own gifts. We doubt, our ability to see the truth. So doubting any of those things, especially doubting yourself, is an indication that you need to shift that pattern of thinking. So release the need to know all of the answers. Some things it's better that we don't know. It's like, would you want to know the date and the time that you're going to leave this earth? Probably not. Most people wouldn't want to know. Some things are better left up to us not knowing every single detail. Sometimes it prevents more heartbreak. Sometimes it's things that, we just don't need to know literally everything. All right, so your last 2 cards of these are really good. We have balance and abundance. Abundance. I am a limitless being, and I can manifest whatever I desire into this physical reality, and you can. The thing is that really the key to manifesting anything in life is we have to believe that it's already ours, okay? So like, let's say I'm going to put out into the universe that I'm going to be a millionaire by the end of next year. And every day I do something that makes me think that I am already successful, that I'm already going to achieve all my goals, and that I have a big fat bank account and my financial needs are already met. That's how you start to attract things into your 3D reality. You have to live as if it's already there in the 3D reality. So the mentality needs to be there, not like, oh, you're going to go out and spend $1 million. No, it's that the mentality has to match the vibration for it to enter your life. And that's the key with manifesting literally anything. Let's say it's a new job that you want to attract. Okay, well, I want to get out of this situation, so I need a better paying job. I need a way to support myself and my kids, whatever. Okay, so start manifesting it. Do you have a skill set? Do you need to go back to college? Like, what are the steps that you need to take to achieve that goal? And when you align with that vibration, things start to come into your life effortlessly. They will just flow. So that's how you know you're on the right track. It's like you have these periods in your life where everything's just going, and it's like you don't even have to try, that good things just start to happen. That tells you something. That tells you that you're in alignment. If things are very, very difficult and it's challenge after challenge and heartbreak and all this stuff going on, something isn't right and something has to change so that you get back in the flow state and you're back in alignment with abundance. The other thing that they want you to know is balance. So I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. So I feel like this is balance within, but it can be balance anywhere in your life. And I feel like you really need to align with your heart chakra, your crown chakra, and your throat chakra. So the heart space, that's not judging other people no matter what the situation, and that's very difficult. As humans, we do tend to judge whether we realize it or not. So aligning with your heart space, that's pure love. So think of love that we would give to a child. We're very forgiving of our children when they mess up, right? We give them a million chances. Why? It's unconditional love. We love them no matter what. So we need to also give that to ourselves and have some compassion. The other thing is that we have to align with the throat chakra. We've got to be able to speak our truth. We've got to also be able to feel like we're heard. And so if you're unable to have those difficult conversations, that's something that may need some adjustment, some work as well to find balance. Singing is another way that helps to clear that throat chakra. Deep breaths will absolutely clear the energy. And let's see, the crown chakra. So that's trusting your intuition, your third eye, your crown. All of those will help you to actually listen to source energy, listen to the guidance that's coming through. And it's super important for you to listen to that so that you align with where you need to be. All right, so let's see what we have going on for shadow work. So these are the two decks. We have the shadow and the light. And so the shadow is the things that are either hidden or suppressed, things that we need to bring to the surface for balance. And the lighter cards are how we integrate the balance. So these are like identifying the issue and then finding the balance on how we restore that. So let's see what we have going on here. What does Kayla need to know? Michaela. I bet people call you Kayla. All right, so let's see. What do we have? All right. Yeah, so I feel like you're trying to go towards your peace. So the Five of Wands is typically seen as like in Five of Wands, Four of Wands, a lot of internal conflict. The Four of Wands is balance when it's on the light side. So 11-11, if you can see there's four wands there, so that would mimic 11-11. So this tells me that things are imbalanced. We already know that in your relationship, where things once were very solid and very stable, they're on rocky ground now. And so we have to either work towards releasing something, or we have to work towards, finding that stability again. Sometimes it's within ourselves that we really need to heal things and find the stability. And then it's like everything else kind of falls into place. It's not always the case. I do feel like you could be, we're talking about the twin flame journey. 11-11 is mirrored energy. So that's, twin flame soulmate energy as well. And I feel like things are just on rocky ground. All right. So what is this? The Knight of Wands. Yeah, he's kind of a dirtbag. The Knight of Wands is fire sign energy, Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. He's non-committal. He's somebody who's out there playing the field. He's somebody who is kind of a womanizer. He's somebody he's not the greatest person to be with. So whether this describes anybody in your life, this is somebody that we don't necessarily want to be with, because he doesn't have your best interests at heart. So be careful of anybody, whether it's friend, coworker, family member, that resonates with that energy. What is this? The Hermit. So Shadow work is needed. I feel like the inner reflection will help to actually show you a new path of things. It's going to help you to heal so you feel strong enough to actually achieve these goals that you want to do. And I feel like it's really going to show you what you're made of. But I also feel like you might need some time alone. You might need some space to just kind of think and contemplate what you want to do next. And so don't be afraid to kind of take that time to yourself, because I feel like you really do need it. All right, so this would be the Ace of Coins. So you feel like you're going to miss out on an opportunity when it comes to money. I feel like that's the hesitation on leaving the current situation is financial, right? I get it. I'm in the same boat, and so it's like the money is really the obstacle. So what do we need to do in order to achieve the goals to where that becomes our reality, that we can actually, like, if we're going to go it alone or start a business venture or whatever, what does it take? What are the steps necessary for us to get there? Do we need to plan? Do we need to, regroup and figure out financial independence? What is it for you that's going on that's holding you back from what you feel like is a missed opportunity? Because typically the Ace of Coins is a card that's abundance, it's new beginnings. And so I feel like either you feel you've missed out on an opportunity or you feel like you will miss out on an opportunity. And I feel like it has to do with this business venture. So the other thing that they show is that the shadow work is necessary. The cosmic mirror tells us that the only one that we can really change is who? It's us, right? So as much work as you've probably already put in, there's still more to do. That's like a never-ending battle, right? We're never totally done. But that this is something that you can face your fears head on. You can look in the mirror and you can decide to love yourself or hate yourself. It's the same person staring back at you. I suggest that you start to take a little bit of time every single day and you start to love who you are. You start to see how much you've lived through already in your life. You start to see all the beautiful things that you've created in your life and let go of some of the negative aspects. I feel like this is really important that we look at ourselves with the eyes of love, because especially as women, we tend to do that, right? It's like, oh, my body doesn't look the same. Oh, my life isn't where I want it to be. But you have the power to change that. So make a conscious decision to actually want to change that. All right, so how do we find the balance? What do we need to know? How do we integrate? There's one. All right, so legal matters are going to be part of what restores the balance. So whether this is contracts, disputes, going to court for something, legalities, that we have some legal stuff that we are waiting that will help to restore the balance. It's also going to help you to eliminate some things that are creating conflict in your life. So unfortunately, I do feel like there is some sort of legal recourse. Let's see, what is this? 9 of Wands. Your guard is very high as a result of any sort of BS that's been happening. I feel like your trust was kind of damaged permanently in this situation, and I'm not sure that that can be recovered with this individual. I feel like it may take you a while to really want to be with somebody else, but I also get the sense that if you let go of this situation and you really do heal, that there is new stuff coming in for you, and your cards also show that. So again, it's, it's a process. It's not an overnight, like you snap your fingers, oh yeah, I'm good, I'm done, whatever. It takes time. When I divorced the first time from my ex-husband, I didn't date for 2 years because I wanted to work on me. I thought I was the problem. Come to find out many years later, no, the common denominator was him. He's been married and divorced 3 times. He's now currently married to his newest wife, and I never remarried because I felt like I'm not going to settle anymore. I've been through enough. I lost custody of my kids for years. My youngest will be 18 Monday. And so we finally don't have to deal with like pickups and visitation and, all the bullshit that goes along with divorce when you have kids. And it has been 24 years in the making, and I can't tell you, I want to do fucking backflips. I'm just so excited to be done with this chapter of my life. And I was talking to my son today, and I said, it's like I have waited your entire life to finally have unlimited access to you and to just be in your life again. And it was the hardest chapter of my life, and it's finally coming to a close. If I can do it, you can do it. And that's why I wrote my book. So without bawling my eyes out, it's like, we feel so weak. We feel so fucking defeated sometimes, but we don't realize how fucking strong we really are at our core. And so we have to get to the point where we see that strength and that we don't let things hold us back, because what's holding us back 9 times out of 10 is fear and doubt within ourselves. And if we just see that we are stronger than we think we are, we can overcome just about anything. Like, truly we can. So give me just a second. All right. Today's been a crying day. I don't know what astrological bullshit's going on, but it's got me today. So I feel it epically today. Anyways, the point of what I'm trying to say is that you can achieve your goals. While your guard might be up for a reason, that's important, right? It's like we don't want to keep going through the same cycles. We don't want to be lied to. We don't want to be cheated on. We don't want to be manipulated, all of those things. And loyalty was the word that Spirit gave me for you. So it's like you need somebody that's loyal in your life. You need to know that whoever it is that's in your life isn't lying to you, isn't deceiving you in any way, shape, or form, and that every fucking word that comes out of their mouth is truth. And you need that. And I'm telling you what, please don't settle for less than that, because you're worth more than that. And nobody deserves to be treated that way. And it's like, I feel like we settle a lot of times because, oh, I don't want to destroy the family. Oh, I don't want to do this or that. Oh, it's harder to leave. But you'll feel so much better without the constant cloud that hangs over the situation. So I'm not trying to tell you to just leave your husband by any means possible. I think that marriage is difficult no matter how long you've been in it, and it takes work on both people's parts. But if your heart wants something else, listen to what your intuition is telling you, because I feel like you could still do so many things and not have to be financially attached to a person. It's like, I think that all the time. My life would be so much easier if all I had to worry about was me, my kids, and my dog. It really would. And so there are times where I'm like, I just need to get my shit together and get the fuck out. And there's plenty of times I really do think about that. So I get it. I wholeheartedly sympathize with what you're going through. All right, what else does she need to know? And this is why I do private readings, so that the whole world doesn't know all your dirt, because, publicly it can be a little heavy sometimes, so that's why I do the private readings. All right, what else? Page of Wands, the immaturity, the fuckboy energy, and it's like, that's what I see you contemplating. Do you want to keep going through this scenario where there's trust issues, or it's like, while yes, you might be married to this person, are they truly in it? And this person is very immature. They're kind of a hothead. He might have a little bit of a temper. Maybe you do. But it's like very immature energy. Here for a short time, not a long time sort of energy. So we want to be careful with that. It's like, it could also be like one night stand type energy. So if you end up moving forward without this person in your life, be careful you don't get involved with somebody who that's all they're kind of in it for too. I mean, it's fine if you're on the same page, right? If you're like, no, I don't want to get involved with anybody else, whatever. But be careful, because that energy is present in your reading from both sides. There's the strength that we were talking about. So, Leo energy with the strength card. This is telling you you have the ability to literally tame the beast. In this one, it's a snake of all things. Normally, it's a lion on the tarot cards. But this is telling you that you have the ability to overcome this issue. I love that this card also has the bow and arrow down here. So there's the bow and the arrow. So an arrow spiritually symbolizes that you first have to be pulled back before you greatly catapult forward into a new direction. So know that whatever setbacks that you're experiencing in life right now are temporary, that they don't last forever, and that you have a lot of new beginnings that are trying to make their way into your life, and that your trajectory of your path is going to change along the way, and that it's important that it changes, because otherwise we're very stuck and stagnant, that things don't really go anywhere sometimes, right? If nothing ever changes, it gets very boring, it's very monotonous. You are strong enough to overcome these things, and whatever challenges that you are presented, I feel like you will overcome them. We have Death card. So this is Scorpio energy. We're in Scorpio season for another week, maybe 2 weeks. I can't remember. So it's transformative energy. Something is coming to an end because out of that ending, there will be a new beginning. But there is a shit show, the Tower. So major changes and transformations are needed in order to create the balance in your life. Don't be afraid of the change. Yes, it's scary. Yes, it can be a rolling shit show, right? We know that. But at the same time, the Tower is really meant to destroy the things that don't work in your life. And it might be sudden, shocking stuff that happens. However, it will eventually lead to the new beginning. So it is worth it. We have the Hierophant. So this is marriage. This is ascension. This is a lot of stubborn energy. It's Taurus energy. It's also an indication that we really need to listen to Source. And I feel like the divine is speaking to you regularly. And if you don't feel connected, you need to ground your energy, meditate until you do. However you feel like you connect to Source energy, I feel like it's super important for you to actually do that. That's also going to help to facilitate some change in your life for the better. It's going to give you some insight. We do have the Lovers, so this tells me there's a decision that needs to be made about this love situation, whether you stay, whether you go, that there is a choice that needs to be made. Ultimately, I feel like you're looking for harmony. Oh, this also has an arrow at the top on the umbrella there. So it's going in a new direction. It's pointing towards her. I feel like this is about, self-love and all that stuff. I feel like you can have the happiness that you're looking for with or without somebody else in your life, but I feel like you have to choose you. The Moon tells us that there's some sort of illusions that are being revealed and that we can't live life under rose-colored glasses, that we have to see the truth for what it actually is, and that we have to make a conscious decision to, find the balance and to see through any sort of illusion. I feel like there could be a lot of depth of emotions as well. It's Cancer energy with the Moon, Pisces, Cancer energy. And I feel like there is almost like a swamp of emotions right now. Lots of heaviness. I feel that. I feel like there needs to be this release, whether it's crying, journaling, venting, whatever. But I feel like that's so needed right now in order for you to see how strong you really are. We have the Empress at the bottom of the deck. This is you. This is your energy. That's the matriarch of the family. She's mama. So obviously your family is of the utmost importance to you. Your children, your home, all those things. And I feel like you need to start by nurturing yourself. I feel like you give to everybody else, but do you give to yourself? Like you were saying, you've got a million things going on. The house is a wreck. The kids are giving you issues. You're homeschooling one. The other one's not going to school. Got issues with the husband. Financial issues. Like, you have a fucking ton of shit on your plate. When do you have time for you? Are you making time for you? Are you nurturing yourself? Are you giving to yourself? Because without that, there's no healing going on. It's just a dumpster fire, for lack of a better way of putting it. So we really do have to make some changes in our life in order to see the better side of things. I do feel like things start to improve, but again, there's major changes that have to occur in order for that to happen. So we need some balance. Some of that may come through a court decision. It may come through self-love, self-care. It may come through shadow work, endings, beginnings. You got a lot of energy that's going to be coming through your life in the next several months to the next year. So take a breather every once in a while and just kind of refocus your energy on you and what do you need. So the last deck that we're going to use is the newest one that I have. This one's called Conversations with Your Inner Self. I got this off of the TikTok shop. Love it. It's amazing. So these are all like little cards, like this one says blame. What do you often blame others for? So these are like prompts. So this one is identifying and the other one is called integrating. So how you find the balance. So first we have to identify what might be going on. I just got goosebumps. So if you journal, these would be fantastic for that. It may take you watching the video a couple of times, pause it, maybe write some things down, whatever feels right for you, but find a way to actually work through these issues if they resonate. All right, what does Michaela need to know? What are some issues that she needs to identify? Traits. What traits do you dislike the most about yourself? So identifying some traits that you don't like about yourself. Fears. Do you have any unexplained fears or phobias? Could they be connected to your shadow self? So any unexplained fears or phobias? What else? Vulnerability. What makes you feel unsafe and vulnerable? Admiring others. What traits do you see in others that you wish you had more of? There's a reason why we admire certain things for other people. It's something that's usually unhealed within us. Let's see, what else? Inner child. In what way is your inner child affecting your life right now? And defensiveness. What do you feel most defensive about when it's brought up? So what is a trigger for you and why do you get defensive about it? All right, let's see. How do we integrate all of this energy? It's brand new, so they don't shuffle real great just yet. All right, how do we integrate all this energy? What do we need to know to find the balance for Michaela? The color of. What color represents your healing and why? Inner warrior. How does your inner warrior help you confront your shadow self? I love these cards. They're amazing. What else do we need to know? Wish they knew. Is there anything that you wish more people knew about you? Why don't they know this about you already? Energized. When do you feel the most energized? For me, it's about 3 o'clock in the morning. It's not the greatest time. It's like, oh, I could clean my whole house right now, but everybody else is asleep, so it doesn't work out real well. Perks of being a night owl, right? All right, what else do we need to know about integrating for Michaela? There we go. Social media. How does your online persona differ from your true self? Could this discrepancy reflect parts of your shadow self? And you were talking about social media today. Let's get 2 more of these. Feeling freedom. Think about feeling completely free. What images or memories come to mind? Inner critic. What does your inner critic most often say to you? What evidence can you find to combat your inner critic? I love these cards. So if any of these resonate, if any of these feel like, oh man, that's speaking to me, definitely work through these with either journaling or, whatever way that you want to feel like you're processing through all these, whether it's contemplating things, journaling, breath work, yoga, whatever works for you. But I feel like you have so much on your plate right now. So the biggest hugs. You're going to get through this. I know you will be okay, but it's going to take some time and it's going to take some planning to kind of iron some things out. So work on you in the meantime. Let some of the other battles that you're fighting kind of fall away temporarily so that you can refocus your energy on what's most important. I feel like the biggest thing that I really see is that you are a good-hearted person, that you really do have like everybody else's best interest at heart. So you need to also pour some of that back into yourself. Don't pour from an empty cup. You've got to start from pouring from a full cup. And that starts with self-love and self-care. So take care. Hope everything works out for you quicker rather than later. And if you have any more questions, feel free to email me. Take care. Have a great day.